Greetings, folks. This is the Black Weasel, and this is my One Piece chapter viewing of One Piece chapter 877, and the name of the chapter is that I'm Not That Sweet. Now, after going away from the Bartholomew arc, we are dropping in the lives of the Straw Hat Grand Pirate Fleet, and apparently Don Sai was supposed to be married towards his fiance from a different country, because I think this is for alliances purposes. The name, I have a hard time saying it. It says Australia, and the caption says, "Dear, about the date of the wedding ceremony." And then Saya says, "I got something important I need to talk to you about." Oh, and Alicia. The author could have changed the name towards Felicia, so that way Don Sai would have said, "Bye, Felicia." Like, what the heck? She's a man. Whoa, whoa, whoa. She's a man, lady. What the hell? That's one funky ass fan art. Yep. Big Mom Luffy torn toe with Big Mom. Alright, the chapter starts out with a bunch of troops apparently coming out from Nami's mirror, and someone says thin out forces more than I thought you would, to be honest. And then Chopper starts crying out, "Wah!" and Brook yells out, "Chopper!" and someone is laughing, "Foo foo foo, keep quiet." That's what Peros says. Peros says, "What merry train of thought led you to believe that you could ever hope to steal back the ship from us?" And then Chopper starts crying, and he says, "Ah, crap." And then Pearl says, "There is an ocean of difference between our strengths." And then Chopper cries out, "I can't even transform." And Brook yells out, "Free Chopper at once." Now Pearl is using some type of hockey candy to cover, because I see some blackness with the candy. And then Pearl says, "You fool, it's over. Those who stand against me, I'll turn into candy men and mercilessly lick." And then Pearl says that the candy will cover you entirely. It will seep inside your body. And he said, "It will take your breath away. You will writhe in agony." And the candy starts to cover Chopper. Like, this is really a bad way to die. And then Brook yells out, "Chopper!" And Pearl says, "In 3 minutes, it will kill you. That's all it takes. 3 minutes. And my sweet, sweet candy-made corpse is finished." Pearl. And someone yells out, "Stop!" That's what Brook says. And Pearl says, "Haha, it's too late for regrets and tears. I gave you a choice. I said I'd let the two of you go. I'm no candy man myself. You must have thought me sweeter than I am." Oh yeah, the name chapter is called "I'm Not That Sweet," so we may have to fight. I think this chapter is going to focus on Chopper, Brook versus the Dogtooth, and Pearls. And someone yells out, and then Brook yells out, "And this island isn't that sweet either." And Chopper, and then Pearl says, "Cuckoo, start counting the seconds." And Chopper is really full blown turning into candy, and the candy is starting to make its move onto Brook as well. And Pearl says, "Perfect for a bunch of sugary pushovers like you two." And Brook yells out, "Wah, stop it, I don't want to meet a sweet end." And Pearl starts laughing, "Ah ha ha, I'll make Candyman out of you and lick you, Peroni." Alright. And the scene ends just like that. And the scene goes over towards Dogtooth. And Dogtooth says, "Oi." And Dogtooth says, "Brother Peros." And he sees how the trees have been sent flying, and Pearl says, "Big Mom, I take it. We must send her over to Pudding on Kako Island." And then Pearl says, "The moment she realizes there isn't a cake on the ship, I'm done for it." And Dogtooth is surprised. Yeah. I'm doing a chapter. I know. Yeah, but please don't say my name. Like, please. Like 15 minutes left, and it was Dogtooth to get surprised, and he says, I don't think that's what we should be worried about. And Big Mom yells out, wedding! And Pros gets very shocked and surprised, and he says, huh? And here all of them come out at the same time. I see Pedro, Carrot, Luffy, Nami, Jinbe, and with Big Mom right behind them. She yells out cake, and Luffy yells out wah, and Nami yells out it's the coast. Get on the sunny. And Dogtooth yells out, so our forces were the ones that wiped out by the lightning blast, huh? And Luffy notices Brook and Chopper have been turning into candy with a tick-tock noise from the clock. And Luffy yells out, Brook, Chopper, what the heck is going on? And Pearl says, so you're still alive, Straw Hat? And Dogtooth says, all of you, back into the mirror world. And soldiers get a surprise, and Dogtooth makes a standing proclamation. He says that in a few seconds, the lot of you will collapse at his feet. And all those guys get surprised. And they got scared very badly. And one of them says, whoa, the dresser's over here. Hurry, get in the mirror just in case, right? And Pedro yells out, looks like we got beaten to the punch by trouble. Dogtooth, Pearls. And Dogtooth, and Pedro sees Dogtooth, and Pearl says, Foo, well done in making this far. I'm absolutely touched. And Pearl uses the devil fruit powers in an attack called Candy Maiden. And it looks like a giant candy wall filled with spikes, and a mask on top of that. And Carrot yells out, and candy wall, and Luffy uses Guma no. And Pearl says, it's no ordinary wall. As I'm sure you can see, and Luffy still gets ready to use an attack, and looks like the spikes have gotten even sharper. It looks like it. And Jinbe says, no, go around it, get your ship. And Luffy yells out, no, straight through. And he charges his arm way back, and he flings at the candy wall and uses Red Hawk. That reminds me of Luffy taking on Don Krieg. Like when Don Krieg wears a spike cape around him, and he jumps out, and Luffy punches through his spike cape. And all those guys get surprised as hell. And Jinbe says, whoa. Sparrow says, flame? And it looks like the candy starts to fall on Carrot and Nami. Well, both of them yells out, wah, and kia. And that sort of makes sense because I think he launched to attack near Dogtooth as well. Dogtooth uses his jelly bean powers, and Luffy makes a grunting noise of ugh. And it seems as though that Red Hawk, and Dogtooth's jelly move have really made contact. Like, I can't believe it. Luffy is taking on a 1 billion pirate monster like Dogtooth. Like, this is such a badass moment. Dogtooth and Luffy. And then, is that Carrot or... Yeah, Carrot gives a very surprised, and she yells out, that guy's powers, they're just like Luffy's. What the heck? And to add insult to the injury, there's even a snapping noise that Dogtooth makes, and Luffy makes a snapping noise as well. So like, that looks like Luffy has made his match. And Big Mom continues to yell out, wedding cake. And Nami yells out, what do you do, Luffy? We're getting trapped. And Jinbe says, Luffy, get Dogtooth off the ship. What matter is getting her out to sea? And Luffy yells out, you got it. He came through in the mirror, right? And then Luffy uses a new attack called, Luffy uses an attack called Guma no. And Dogtooth looks by. I think he's going to look into the future. And Luffy using an attack called Hawk Gatling. What? Is that the best he can do? That was the same attack he used against Charlotte Cracker. And that didn't even work on the him as well. And it was Pedro tells Carrot, and he says, Carrot, not to take you by surprise or anything, but, and Carrot says, huh? Pedro says, I've been thinking, Luffy and his friends might well be, and Luffy and Jinbe grabs onto Nami, and Pedro's about to say, the ones our people in the Kozuki clan have been waiting for the past several hundred years. The ones that will lead this world into a new dawn. And Carrot says, for hundreds of years? Well, when, in chapter 8-10, when Nekomamushi and Yurashi were getting beat to hell, and suffering from the poison gas, Pedro made a declaration that these two cannot die as they're waiting for as the world was waiting for them. That's awesome. Anyways, Pedro says, "Oi, Mount Dora, surround the coast with battleships." And Mount Dora says, "Roger, brother Peros." And Mount Dora says, "Looks like the Strawhats are still alive." And Jimmy says, "Coop de, what you might call it?" And Nami yells out, "The ship can fly a whole kilometer." And Nami says, "If we try to set sail normally, Big Mom will just sink us." And Jimmy yells out, there she is." And then Pedro says, "Carrot, help them set off." And Carrot says, "Okay." And Big Mom shows up and she says, "I found you. Ha ha ha. Mama mama." So there it is, huh? And Jinbe yells out, "Oi, Brook, Chopper, are you guys awake? Even if we make it out here, I can't have you two die on." And Jinbe says, "Hmm?" And there's a reporting by the Mount Dior, and well, someone's reporting that County Island's Tart reporting sighted Straw Hats off the southwestern coast. Nuts Island's Tart coming in. Minister Amande here. I'll corral them in. Oh, she's here. This is not good. The demon lady. And Jimmy says, "Wonderful. Battleships by sea and Big Mom by land." Oh, that was very sarcastic. And Nami yells out, so 3 barrels of cola. And Luffy, there's a panel of Luffy getting surprised, and he gets attacked by Darktooth. Like, apparently, Luffy was still using Hot Gatling on Darktooth, and Darktooth made a hole in himself and trapped Luffy's arm. Then he started attacking him with one punch. Like, still. Anyways, Luffy says, "Huh?" And he starts yelling out, "Wah!" And Pro says, "What the candy?" And Nami yells out, "What's the matter?" Carrot says, "It's bad, Nami. The ship's trapping candy." And Pro says, "Ha ha, candy whip. I'm a perfectionist." And Carrot yells out, "Look, there he is." And Carrot looks pissed. And someone yells out, "What the heck is with this candy? Now we can't use the Coupe de Verse." Pro says, "Coo. Turn Brook and Chopper back to normal, candy guy." And someone yells out, "Will Big Mom turn them into pulp first, or will the cannon sink them first?" And Pedro launches at Peros. Seems like it. And Pedro attacks at Peros. But the sad thing about that is that Peros blocks him once again. Well, and someone yells out, "Oi, what are you up to over there, Pedro?" And Peros says, "Coo. Oi, do you have any idea what my bounty is? It's 700 million. What the heck? Oh my god. That's a lot. But at the same time, like, I think this is why, like, how he is the eldest son after all, because when it comes towards eldest siblings, they're usually the ones that are the the charge of the whole family, or they let the lower siblings do all the work. Anyways, someone grabs onto Pedro. Well, Pedro waves up his cape, and he's oh my god, it looks like he has bombs inside him. And Pedro said, "This should put an end to your magic, no?" And someone yells out, "Bombs? Not funny. What are you thinking?" And that's what Pedro says. And Carrot says, "Pedro." And there was a flashback saying that that Pedro said, "I knew from the start this was to be my last voyage." And Carrot looks on, and Pedro yells out, "Good riddance." And someone says, "What do you mean, Pedro?" And Pedro said, "You realize one day just how important it is to ensure that Luffy and his friends live and get out here. Listen up. You lot must keep pushing forward." Luffy looks on, Jimmy looks on, Nami looks on, and Pedro looks on, and Ankara is crying. That's very sad. And there is a massive explosion. Like a big ass explosion. And yeah. And the bombs, there must be a supreme quality as well. Alright, that's the end of One Piece chapter. And they're gonna go on a break next week. Man! I think that's well deserved.